In most cases, men willingly believe what they wish. Gaius Julius Caesar. There is no other way to quite capture how our modern society works today, and how it has always functioned. Imagining the world on a larger scale is far harder a task to complete than just to look at it and perceive it in a way that will most benefit you, and is easier for one to comprehend and understand. And that's just the easy way out. That's a way that you can just look at anything and fit it in your own narrative, or make it easier for you to understand based on your own biases. And this isn't just something that you do or I do, this is something that everybody does. Rather it be a voluntary reaction or just purely a mistake, it's just how we look at the world. It's human nature. Psychologically, we're always going to try to find what we can use or what information we can gather that will most help us try to perceive the world in our own way. And it's not because we're evil or malevolent, it's just because that's how we overcome certain problems. You're always going to see everything through your own eyes, you're never going to be able to see it through someone else's. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that there's an excuse to. Because yes, it is true that we're never going to be able to see the world through someone else's eyes, but what is true is that we can talk with those people. Rather than trying to separate ourselves down certain lines such as religion, ideology, political party, sexual orientation, color, the list goes on, instead we could just look at it as what it is, everyone being a complex human being. But that's the hardest thing to do. So recognize that besides all your differences, there's one thing that keeps you in common. You yourself are human. And that is a line that no one can be split down. People, places, and things are far more complex than we think. And trying to have a narrow view at everything, just trying to look at it through a single looking glass, can be the most deceiving thing of all. And that's possibly just why we do it. Because the truth is, yes, like I said before, it is easy just to look at the world through a narrow point of view, to imagine everyone as just a single thing, and to look at those groups and base it off of stereotypes and your own bias. But it would benefit us all far more if we just try to look at each other and recognize that we're all just human beings. But that is by far the hardest task of all. But to solve it, all we can do is just talk. Because that's when we all recognize believing what we wish tends not to be true. Thank you all for listening. I'll talk to you again soon.